Today we're going to show you how to rebuild a selected catch snare. Save a lot of money for the price of a little bit of cable and a couple of little components, a sleeve and a stop. You can rebuild them. Sometimes with pigs, if it's in the open, you'll get more than one capture. One guy with a little heavier snare than this caught 3 lions with the same snare. But coyotes will usually make them inoperable, and pigs too if there's logs or debris around there that they can hook the snare on. The first thing to do is cut the cable in 2 places. One here at the end. A good pair of cutters like this will do it if you don't have cable cutters, but most people with dealing with snares will have a set of cable cutters. Cut that to retrieve this. Okay. We cut the stake end off. Just take your pliers and cut off this stop. After that, take your components. Consists of the washer, the chain, and the lock. So the next step would be to take an 1/8 inch stop, slide it on the end of your cable, take a hammer if you don't have a crimper, smash it down. Next, take your washer, slide it down to the stop, and make sure your chain is straight. Slide that end on, and your lock. One thing you might want to do is make sure after capture that your breakaway S-hook is still snug and in place. So once your chain's in place, then you put on the pulley. Make sure there's no dirt or debris that got in there and it runs free. If not, just rinse it off with some water. And most times we'll clean that out. Slide that. You want it to where that red's on the outside of the curve. Slide your black keeper on with the black towards the outside. So once the components are in place, then just slide that around your 4 elevation wires. Safety nail in place, the unit's set. Make sure pulley keeper in, your black keeper in. And then the proper way to set these is to slide this to where it's to the edge like that. Get all your slack out so it's snug. And you want that cable going parallel with the trigger housing. Bring that up, and then take your marker, make sure you got it up good and snug, but not too snug, and then just make a little mark on your cable. Place your 1/8 inch sleeve, cable into it, hook your stake holder on, fold it around, slide it in, and just make sure that that comes to the end, and then bring this back to your black mark. Once you have it like that, if you don't have a crimper, just take a hammer, smash that flat. And there, for the cost of a little bit of cable and a couple of components, stop and a sleeve, you've got a brand new snare. There you have your rebuilt snare. Once it's in place, just make sure your chain's good and straight on there and everything lines up and should be ready to go.